Hi, my name is Nikaule. I will be your yoga instructor today. Today we'll be doing Hatha Yoga, which I am certified in. I have 2 certifications in Hatha and Kundalini Yoga, but we are sticking to Hatha today. It's very simple, gentle, and great for your body. This will be a full body workout. 2 things I want to say before we start are that if you have any injuries, take any modifications that you may need. You know your body better than I do, so if something hurts or if something doesn't feel right, feel free to modify or go deeper if you're not feeling the stretch. I'll give you a couple options along the way to deepen the stretch or modify as well. But like I said, take your time, do what you have to do. And the other point I want to make is that I'm gonna say breathe a lot. I'm gonna say inhale to this, exhale to that. So just be mindful of that and always be mindful of your breath, which we'll work on in a second. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, first we're going to start in cross-legged pose. Start to inhale through your nose, exhale out through your nose. You really want to feel your diaphragm starting to open up here rather than just breathing into your lungs. Have your diaphragm and your lungs working here. If you don't know where that is, which I'm sure you do, bring your hand to your belly. Inhale. Feel your belly puff up. Exhale. Feel it sink back in. Continue those breaths. Maybe close your eyes. Take about 2 more here. Last one. Exhale. Gently open your eyes if you close them. So you want to keep that going throughout class. Now let's take some simple twists to the left and right. You're going to inhale, bring your right hand to your left knee. Twist towards your left side. Make sure your upper back is stretched and facing the side. Your shoulders are aligned. Your lower back is straight as well. Hold it here. All right, come out of that twist. Slowly come over to the right side. Inhale, take your left hand to your right knee, twist. Once again, keeping those shoulders in line with each other. If one shoulder is trying to come up, make sure you lower it. And slowly come back out of that twist. All right, shake it out. So now we're gonna work on our side. So bring your left hand over to your left side. Right hand comes up and over. And if you can come down to the forearm. Otherwise, stay up on your palm. You want to make sure you're staying in your comfortable range. And if you want to twirl the wrist, push the palm up towards the ceiling. Bring yourself down. Come back up. Go wherever feels good in this pose. Let's stay here for a few more seconds. All right. Slowly come back up. Right hand comes down. Left hand comes up and over to the other side. Once again, being mindful of that being mindful of the shoulder. Twirl your wrist if you did so on one side, if that feels good. Come down, come back up. All right, slowly rise back up to seated. All right, from here, extend the legs out in front of you. We're gonna take some head rolls from side to side, but first make sure your hips are square to the ground. You wanna make sure both sits bones are on the ground, back is straight. Once again, we have good posture in here. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. All right, bring the head down to the center and to the left, and come over to the other side. Give yourself a couple of these, take your time. We're always on our phones, driving, so this is a good reverse of that motion. All right, one more from side to side here, left and right. And bring the head up to center. All right, from here, bend the legs. Feet are flat on the ground. From here, you have 2 options here. You can grab, interlace at the wrist, because these are wrists. All right, and if you have it in your flexibility, grab for those elbows. Take your head down into your lap. All right, from here, release the neck. Release any tension. This is a lower back stretch, so if you're not feeling it quite in your lower back, you can Walk your knees up or bring them in a little bit further. Remember, it's your body. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release the pose. All right, from here, take your hands behind you. Now, once again, you have some options. You can face your fingers out. If it's in your practice, face them forward. Push the chest up towards the ceiling. Head drops back. Hold it here. You want to make sure those shoulder blades are squeezing together and away from your ears. Once again, a reverse to all that bad posture throughout the day. It felt so good I stopped talking. All right, slowly come out of that posture. Extend your legs forward. Come over to one side onto your hands and knees. This is called tabletop position. So for tabletop, you want to make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees. From here, sit your hips back. Walk your hands forward. Child's pose. Here, keep your feet folded behind you, just like so, so that the top of your foot is on the ground. Hands are flat, and hold it here. All right, stay in child's pose. Walk your right hand out to the side. Feel a little bit of a deeper stretch in the front of the shoulder. Hold it here. The inside of the shoulder, really. But if you feel it, you feel it. All right. From here, walk your right hand back in. Left hand comes out to the side this time. Walk your left hand back towards your mat, towards the other. Walk your hands in, come back to that tabletop position. All right, from here, center your left hand. We're gonna get the outside of the shoulder this time. Bring your right hand up overhead. Right hand comes underneath the left, shoulder comes to the ground, if it's available for you today. Walk your left hand out in front of you. Now, if you're finding it hard to balance here, you can bring your hand back in towards your shoulder and hold it here. And if you want a deeper stretch, you can bring your left hand behind the small of your back. Just like so. Stay here. Make sure you're keeping that breath going. Sometimes we forget to breathe when we do yoga, but it is literally the most important part. Allow your breath to guide you. Bring your left hand back down to the ground. Push back up onto both palms. Let's do that on the other side. Center your right hand in between both shoulders. Spread those fingers wide. Inhale, bring your left hand up overhead. Exhale, curve it over towards the other side. Coming down to that shoulder. Once again, your three options. You can keep your hand in, extend it out, or bring it behind the small of your back. Just like so. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower back down. Bring your right hand up. Down. Don't bring it up. All right. Curve your toes here, and this time we're going to come to sitting on the heels. So this is a pose that people don't particularly like, but it's very good for your feet. A lot of us have flat feet, so this is good for that reversal. You're just sitting on your heels. Stay here a few seconds, keep the breath going, and if you don't feel it, you can come back on to your hands. Don't knock your water over, Nikaule. You're going to come back onto your hands, lift those knees up. Otherwise, just stay where you are. All right, lower your hands back down. Come back into what's this? All right, tabletop. Pop quiz in yoga today. So extend your right leg back behind you now. Make sure both hips are square to the ground. Rib cage is pulled in. And just stay here with the toes on the ground. You can shift back and forth to feel a little bit more of a stretch in that calf, maybe even the hamstring. And make sure you are energetically squeezing the thighs together. All right, just a few more here. Maybe keep it back, keep pressing the heel back to feel it a little bit deeper. All right, bring the right leg back in. Extend the left leg back behind you. Now keep those hips in line and square down towards the ground. Once again, you can shift back and forth, pushing the heel back and forth. Whatever feels good today. All right, come back to center. Pull both knees back together. Tuck your toes, send your hips up into a downward facing dog. All right, from here, you want to push or pull your hips away from your wrist. With that being said, press your chest a little bit closer towards your legs so you can get that upside down V. And of course, if you're not there, if your heels don't reach the ground, that's okay. You don't have to look like me, you just have to feel the stretch. All right, option to maybe walk your legs out for these last couple of seconds here. Bending one knee as you straighten the other. All right, lower those knees back down to the ground. Stand up. So now we're going to get an inversion in today. So what you're going to do is first take your hands to your waist, fingers in front, thumbs in back. All right, from here, pull the shoulder blades together, elbows come back, and make sure your toes are slightly facing in, especially if you have balancing issues. Now, for this pose, this is an inversion, your head is below your heart. So, some people get hot in this position. If you have any balancing issues or any issues, come out of the pose. Otherwise, come with me into the pose. Inhale, puff up the chest. Exhale, forward fold over your mat. Now, if it's comfortable and in your flexibility, you can bring your hands to the ground. Otherwise, you can leave your hands at your waist. Whatever you do, I want you to walk your hands forward, if your hands are on the mat, of course. Walk your hands forward so that your hips are over your heels. Hold it here. Once again, this is an inversion, so you'll feel blood rushing to your head, but it's so good for you. Hold it here. Also feel a stretch in those hamstrings. And your hips and your back. A few more seconds here. All right, slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. Your head is last, all the way back to standing. Beautiful. Shake it out. All right, from here, we're gonna get some inner thigh action real quick. So bring your toes to the right side of the mat. So your toes will be facing one side of your mat. Your left foot is perpendicular to that. So from here, bend into your front leg, arms come out to the sides. Palms are facing down, relax those shoulders. Your shoulders are over your hips. Gaze over your front fingers for warrior two. Don't I look like a warrior right now? All right, so do you. Okay, hold it here. And if you're not feeling a pressure in that inner thigh, you might need to open up the knee a little bit. Make sure the knee does not pass the ankle. That's important. And press firmly down through both feet. All right, come out of that pose. Let's go to the other side. So all we're going to do is switch the feet around. Right toes come front, left toes come to the left side. Arms out to the side, bend into your front leg. Once again, you may need to widen your stance or press the knee out, whatever you need to do. You want to push up through your glute, out through the inner thigh here. You'll feel a slight stretch in that inner thigh. Press firmly down through your feet. I can't stress that enough. Hold it here. Strong. All right, this pose is all about strength, so that's how I want you to feel in this pose. All right, slowly come back up, straighten the front leg, shake the arms out. All right, jump back together or just walk your feet back together. And take a seat on the mat. Whoop, almost dropped myself. Okay, from here, go ahead and come back all the way onto your back. You might need to shift forward. All right, so from here, pull your right knee in towards the chest. Keep the left leg long on the mat. First, just give yourself a tight squeeze. Maybe take your leg over to the right, but keep it bent. Then we pull it back in. All right, get some rotation in the leg. You can even do a little circle if that feels good for you today. All right, from here, you're gonna bring both arms out to the side, palms facing down. Take your knee over across the body for supine twist. Wherever it goes today, the hip will come off the ground. Gaze over towards the opposite side of your leg. So since our leg is over towards the left, you're looking towards the right. And hold it here. All right, pull the knee back into the chest. Give it another tight squeeze, another tight hug. We love our legs. All right, switch sides. Readjust your hips because they have moved. Pull the left knee in towards the chest this time. All right, once again, take any little rotations you want. Maybe take the leg out to the side. Bring it back in. Give it a tight squeeze. Maybe even take another circle. If you do circles, make sure you go both ways. That's important. All right, bring the arms out to the sides, palms facing down. Lower your left knee over across your body to the right side. Gaze over towards the left side. And if you feel your shoulders coming up, press them back down. Hold it here. Come back to your breath. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhale out through your nose. All right, pull your knee back into the chest. Give it a tight squeeze. You love your knees. Love your knees, love your legs because they are expensive to replace. So bend your feet, don't bend your feet. Bend your knees, feet come flat on the ground. Bring your right leg up, cross that ankle over the top of your knee or the lower part of your thigh, however you think the body works. Pull your knees in towards your chest, and from here you're gonna push your left knee out with your left elbow. Other way around. Push your right knee out with your right elbow. There we go. Grab the back of the leg for figure 4, or some call it pigeon, on your back. All right, you have the option to extend the leg up a little bit or keep it bent. And one last option, if you aren't feeling this pose, you can just cradle the leg in this way and extend the leg out. That's another modification you can do. You can try it out and see which one works for you. The main point is to stretch this hip out and the lower back. It's a very thick muscle, so we want to give it lots of attention. Slowly come out of the pose. Cross that left leg over the right this time. Pull it in. Let me say that again. Your left ankle crosses over the right knee. Grab the back of your hamstring and keep pressing your left knee out with your left elbow. Hold it here. Or take whatever variation you did on one side, on this side as well. All right, once you get a nice good stretch here, maybe cradle the leg if you did so on one side. Slowly release the posture. All right, from here, you're gonna take both knees in towards the chest and come into a happy baby pose. Now, if you don't want to do happy baby, I'll give a variation after I explain it. Otherwise, come with me into happy baby. You're going to grab from the insides of your feet pull your ankles over your chest, pull your ankles over your knees, not your chest. And happy baby. This is happy baby. So press all four corners of your back down. If you feel comfortable to, rock side to side. And for that variation, almost forgot, bring your knees just down, bring your knees in towards the chest. You could just kind of hold them out from side to side. You'll still get that same inner thigh back stretch situation. So, all right. From here, slowly release the pose. And now is everyone's favorite part, Shavasana. You're gonna come into a corpse pose. Shavasana literally means corpse pose. Extend the legs out in front of you, long on your mat. Arms are by your sides, palms facing up. Come back to your breath. Gently close your eyes. Relax all your tension into your mat. Thank your body for practice today. All right, gently open your eyes when you're ready. Pull both knees into your chest. Rock up and down, or you can always push yourself up, however you would like. Come up to a seated posture, and let's close for today. Bring your hands to heart center to start. Press the palms together. All right, bring the hands to the forehead for positive thought. Bring your hands to your lips for positive speech. Bring your hands to heart center for positive action. Thank you. Namaste. Peace be with you. All right.